This is a night all about faith. Faith in the trust that Nortent have put in me. They have no expectations, but I feel the weight of responsibility on my shoulders. This is about faith in my own resources and my own skills to deal with this night. And most of all, it's about your faith in the equipment I've recommended. So it's time to stand up to the storm, get this Nortent VERN 1 up and see what the night brings. Now don't be deceived by these relatively calm winds. Storm CIARAN is now blowing from the south, and as it passes past the bulk of Place Fell, which is currently sheltering me, you can see the clouds scudding over the top. The wind is going to shift over to the east to the High Street range, and then it'll be coming full on from the north. It's forecast up to 50 miles an hour. So the end of the tent is going to be subject to the full force of the storm in the night. The next squall is coming. I think I'll get my bag in first. Well, that's much better. In this wind, it's gusting only about 20 now. That's really pulled up that side of the tent. And these crucial end pegs here, I'm going to double peg those as well. Right, let's get this finished off. Getting nasty now, but I don't want to rush this because I want to get these double pegs right. Slashing now, the wind's picking up. The ground is so hard getting them in, and so rocky. Getting them in feels more like doing keyhole surgery on a gallbladder than putting tent pegs in. It's been one of those nights where every guy line gets snagged up. I appreciate the double door on the VERN 1 for this tonight, because when the wind's coming from this direction tonight, I can open this door, and when it shifts overnight, if I need to, I can open the other door. Get some waterproofs off. This is something worth having this time of year. A nice pair of booties. These are the Exped ones that are synthetic, but they've got a decent sole on them, so if you have got a nighttime emergency and you've got to go out and inspect pegs, you've got something under your feet without having to put your boots on. It's that time of year to bring out the big boys. Oh, right. Now I'm set up, I'll tell you my plan. That's to relax a minute. I'm pretty pooped, to be honest. I was up early this morning to walk the dogs from where we've been staying in the Lake District at the caravan, and made packed lunch, and then we've had a stormy wet walk up Waller Crag east of Derwentwater. That's my wife and son and the two dogs, and then they went off to get a hot chocolate in a cafe, and I've quickly come over here, driven to the valley here to the east of Ullswater, and walked up pretty damn quick to get the tent up before dark. So I feel like this is the first time I've stopped for 5 minutes today, so I'm going to chill out for a little bit and just enjoy being in the tent for a minute and get some food on. There we go, and that's on start mode, and there's a blue flame there straight away. And what I can do now is just slide that inside. And if it was raining, I could pull my door a little bit closed. And I'm pretty happy with that now. Right, get the water on for my tea. That rain started again. The most important thing for winter camping. Excuse me. Turn the other way. Go on. Nuts have managed to explode chocolate powder everywhere when I open that. Yeah. Lovely these. So I have to video what I've eaten because I'm old now. I'm 60 and I can't remember which ones I liked. So if I video it, I can watch back and go, oh yeah, that's the one I liked. So while that pudding's hydrated, I'd like to know what your attitude to storm wild camping is. For me, I think it's about us men and women who live very civilized, clean lives where we have to behave all the time. We can get out there and experience something a bit wild, a little bit different, have a little bit of adventure. So put in the comments below what your storm experiences have been and what you get out of it. Right, let's have a look at the forecast for where we are. So this is now 3 degrees now. Feels like -3. Yeah, it's definitely getting cold, and the wind is between 27 and 39, and then as we go through the night, as predicted, it's going to shift round to the northeast. Hopefully I've got the tent in the right direction, and it's going to be between 25 and 40 really. Yeah, so like I say, I'm sheltered now from Place Fell, but it's going to get very wet in the night, and unfortunately it's going to be wet when I'm clearing up in the morning. So now we've had a bit of moisture on the tent, it's a good idea to go around and check all the guy lines, just give them a little tweak. That could be a bit tighter. Yeah, just put a bit of tension back in the material. It's all beading off. I've recently seam sealed it, in fact 48 hours ago, so it'll be a test of my seam sealing. Oh, that could be better. Oh, there's the rain back on. Quick dive in. Wow. Right, time to get this door shut, I think. Whoa. Whoa. That was properly cold out there when I was out there checking the guy lines. Better have some whiskey to warm me up. No, whiskey doesn't warm you up. It's just an expression. But I tell you what, I lie here talking about how to do things and how to prepare your tent in strong winds and the kind of kit you should use, but it's all just up to you really, and it's all part of the journey. And I've realized that the older I get, the less I know really, and sometimes I feel like a little bit of an imposter really, putting these videos out there. But I guess that what I'm trying to say is I'm learning things all the time, and after I've learned something, it's great to share it and to have a little chat about it and get more knowledge back from you guys and just share that journey together really. So I think my strategy is to get snuggled up in my sleeping bag, but I'm gonna pack away as much as possible, because if there's a drama in the night, what I'll need to do is just have the essentials ready, like my waterproofs and my boots. They're the most important, and then the only things I'll have out are the minimum, like my mat, my sleeping bag, my pillow and my head torch, and I'll have everything else as much as way, all loose objects shoved in my rucksack, so I've got minimum to do should I need to get out of Dodge, which I can't imagine is going to be likely really, but it's best to be prepared. 10 fish. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The wind's been bouncing and banging around. I think it might have changed direction, so it's time to go and check the guy lines out. But I've got something quite new and cool to try. I got these from that mountain equipment outlet, whose name I can't remember, but I'll put it on the description below. And these are some down shorts. So I think I only paid about £45 for them. And they're really intended for like ski mountaineering, but you can just pop them on from the sides. They've got a full length zip, so I thought they'd be great for this sort of thing. And you don't want to wear full kind of like down trousers, or even for sleeping in, because normally that's where you get cold, kind of on the hips, isn't it? So I've popped those on now. I'm going to go for a little look outside, check out what's happening with the tent. Hey, these down shorts are good for a relatively compact item. Pretty cozy there. Tempted to leave them on. Nah, I'll take them off. Yeah, it was blowing about a steady 18 out there. That was in between the squalls. So, unless there's any dramas, I'll see you in the morning. I'll probably spend another 10 minutes now losing stuff like I do every 5 seconds in a small space. I don't know how that happens. I don't know if you're the same. The smaller the space, the more frequently I lose stuff. So it's good night for me and the largest rock in the world underneath the tent. Well, it's nearly 4 o'clock, as you can see, and I've slept really well until now, but the wind's definitely howling and shifted to the north. I mean, the tent's absolutely fine. It's a little bit suppressed on this side, but it's not really shaking that much. It's just kind of vibrating gently. I think so in one of the little gusts there, it's just hit the side of the tent at about 22. It's definitely been a bit stronger than that, presumably. This is the part now where it's kind of going to start swinging round to the north. But yeah, back to bed. All's fine with the tent and the guy lies. I didn't want to stay out there too long looking for gusts of wind just for YouTube, because I'm just getting wet really. Morning. I went back to sleep after that 4 o'clock check, and what time is it now? 7 o'clock. Yeah, I've had a good sleep. So get some breakfast on and put everything away. It's nice and cozy and dry in here. So tiny bit of condensation, but the inner tent's really dry actually. Now the wind's coming this way, and I was using that door last night. I've just slid my kit all over that way, and I'll open this door instead now. Easy procedure for using the stove. No fuss, quick pump to the required amount, depending on how much air is in the bottle. And that's it for that one. Start mode. Flame. Couple more pumps, keep the pressure up. Quick and easy, just as long as you follow the right procedure and you get a really good output. That's boiling now. I'll bring that down to a simmer. I don't know why it says all day breakfast. It only took me 5 minutes to eat. So this side's completely dry. I think the only thing I've had where I've had the door open for ventilation this side is there's been a little bit of water blowing in that just ran down here, and I've had a couple of drips along there. So at first I wondered if it was the seam, but it's actually blowing in here and dripped down there. Quite a bit of condensation on this side as well, but otherwise toasty and dry. Certainly not a drop in the inner, and all my kit's dry in the vestibule. What's it like up there? You can tell me. Brilliant. Right, last stage of the big pack up. So that's without the crossing pole, and this strong breeze just suppresses that side of the tent, but this makes a really good difference. Leave no trace, including that. Great. I hope you've enjoyed this one-nighter in Storm CIARAN. It's been great. The Nortent VERN 1 kept the faith. It kept me warm, dry, I slept well. There was no real movement of the tent, just a little bit of vibration, which you would expect. And remember, this is 20D nylon and it's a lightweight shelter. And there's always going to be that compromise between space, durability, stability, and weather protection. And I think this VERN 1 delivers a really good balance between all of those things, being lightweight and a strong shelter. And I think for the vast majority of upland conditions that you're going to encounter, it'll deliver just fine. So I was given this tent by Nortent, but they're under no expectations regarding what I might say. I genuinely like it, and I've used other shelters, as you know, in similar conditions, and now I have faith in this tent following this categorized storm. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Please tick on the bell button, because I'm on a bit of a roll with videos at the moment. So and I've got another really interesting kind of winter type tent coming out, one that you can stay really warm inside. So keep an eye on that one. And in this video you've seen the Stormbreaker from Soto stove. I've got some more things to say about that too, and there were some things I was wrong about, so look out for that. Bye.